Hi Beyonce, it's good to see you again.
Nice to see you, ladies.
What was your experience like in the same music festival?
I was so excited to come to Africa and so excited that I wanted to do something really, really special. So I asked my driver, was there an anthem or something I could learn so everyone would know how much I, look forward to coming to Nigeria. And I wanted everyone to know how much I appreciated how beautiful everyone is and their amazing spirits that I admire that. And during my sound check, someone sang the song to me and I said, I think I could learn that. So I wrote down the lyrics and wrote out the sheet music for my piano player to play, and we did it. And I was really nervous because I didn't want to mess it up.
You didn't look nervous, though.
But I was nervous, and I got a lot of help from everyone. They were singing along, and I could see how proud they were. And it just was one of those moments that I'll take with me forever.
How would you compare your experience in Nigeria to, say, growing up in America or your experience in any other country that you visited?
Well, people, are so far away. When you show that you care enough to go so far away, they appreciate it so much. And I'm American, so I perform here all the time. And I have great fans here, but they can't compare to the fans all the way in Nigeria. And just the strength that I saw and the beauty I saw was just so fascinating. It made me feel at home because I know that, my roots are from Africa.
Speaking of roots, that's quite interesting actually. Jay-Z recently on MTV spoke about his experience in Africa and his first-hand sight at poverty in Africa. And he actually developed a Water for Life project with the UN,
Yes.
which was quite impressive. Do you have any plans to do anything of such in future?
Absolutely. My mother and I have a clothing line. It's called House of Darion. And actually 10% of all the money we make, I have the Survivor Foundation. And I'm right now in the process of building transitional housing in Houston, where I'm from, because a lot of Hurricane Katrina survivors are there. And as soon as we get that on its feet, there's something that we want to do in Africa. And I don't know if it's partnering up with Oprah, with her school, or partnering up with the UN. I visited some of the orphanages, and there's so many children there and so many people in need. That's why it was important for me to come and perform and let them know that we care.
You've made such an impact in everybody's lives so far, but before you actually became who you are today, somebody must have had a great influence in your life as well.
Yes.
And that must have actually challenged the way your music has gone. So who is that person that's actually impacted in your life and your music?
Well, my biggest inspiration is my mother. She's my best friend, and I'm able to work with her. And I know she designs all of my clothes. She's just a strong, beautiful black woman, and she's been the rock in my family. And she's not a singer, but she is. If I could be like any woman, it would be my mother. Also, as far as performers, Tina Turner. She's just strong, and I think there's something really sexy that she's not afraid to make an expression, or she's not afraid to be angry or to be passionate. She's just honest and real and passionate on the stage. I also love Aretha Franklin. Her voice is unlike any other voice. Michael Jackson. There's so many people. I go on and on and on.
But Michael Jackson didn't seem to have that much of an impact in the world music about. Do you feel there was a reason for that?
No, I feel like he did. Actually, when I was performing and when everyone performed, as soon as we finished, the whole crowd was screaming, "Michael, Michael." They wanted to see him. And it's just amazing that years later, I don't know, it's been, 35 years, people still go crazy. I mean, I don't care what you say. The second you hear the bass line of any one of Michael Jackson's songs, no matter what you think, you're gonna get goosebumps and your heart's gonna race and you're gonna run to the stage to see Michael Jackson.
On the subject of music and great black performers, black music seems to have lost its appeal. In recent times, up until about 10 weeks ago, black music was responsible for about 80% of the Billboard charts. Now it's about 40%. Do you think this is a temporary glitch, or do you think this is a trend that's going to stay?
Oh, definitely temporary. Every week there's a new person, a new artist, a new genre of music that's number one because there's so many artists. That's what's so beautiful about music. You know, I'm able to go to Africa and to Japan and all over the world, and that's one thing that we all love and we all connect.
I know you all inspire each other, but I still believe that some sound better than the others.
Yeah.
But to a lay person or to a country, somebody who likes country music, for instance, they might feel that R&B, black music, hip hop all sound the same. You know, and for some reason, you've made a huge impact in the music industry. So what it is about Beyonce's music that actually has the edge over the others?
Well, I don't know. You have to ask everyone else that loves the music.
Modesty.
But I can say that, you know, I started out obviously with Destiny's Child. And I feel like I'll always be a member of Destiny's Child because we're family and we love each other. And, you know, I wrote a lot of our records, Independent Woman and Survivor and all of those songs. And one thing that, you know, the common thread between that and between my first album and my album now is so much strength in our music. And it gives people hope, especially women. And sometimes we need to hear those songs that give you that extra boost of confidence and that reassure that we're strong and we're beautiful and we're significant, and I think people can appreciate that, and I think women definitely can appreciate it.
So in other words, are you saying that your music and your lyrics have matured over the years?
Definitely. A lot of my songs, especially with my new album, some of the things I'm not going through right now, but my friends are and my relatives are, and you know, it was almost like 3 people that were closest to me were going through breakups. Okay. So a lot of my records are about that, even though I'm not going through it. But a lot of life experiences, I don't have to actually physically go through them. Yeah, but I know sometimes women need to hear those songs. So that's why Irreplaceable and Resentment and Ring the Alarm are songs on the records.
Okay. And another thing I've also noticed is that most people transcend from music to acting or from music to designing and what have you, and they've not been very successful with it. Let's not call names. But you seem to have been able to break across.
Definitely with acting, I was given an opportunity. Someone asked me to come and read for this part, Carmen, and it was a TV movie. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't have time for that. I'm not an actor. And I said, but you know, let me just try. So I did, and I got the part. And then Austin Powers, this big movie that already, 2 of them were big successful movies. They were making a 3rd movie, and it was a part open for a black woman, and that's rare. And every black woman was fighting for this part, and they called and asked me. I wouldn't have even thought about it. And I auditioned, and I got that part. And then that kind of stirred the next movie, and now I just finished Dreamgirls, which is, I think, gonna be something that is so important for Black history because it's a all black cast of classy, timeless musical, and I think hopefully it'll open more doors for more actors and more musicals, and it's just, I'm so proud to be a part of it.
But are you looking forward to more challenging roles, or you know, a role that will really command so much from you, that takes so much soul out of you?
Definitely. The role I played in Dreamgirls was a bit of that. I think for the first time I really challenged myself, and I took acting classes for 6 months, and I did not allow myself time to do anything but the movie because I wanted to really focus on the character, and I became this character. I don't even recognize myself when I watch the movie, which is
good for you.
When you know you did your job.
That's when you know you've done a really good job. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Which one of these 3 roles do you think will take the most prominent position? The singer, actress?
That's really difficult. I'll be 35, and hopefully by that time married with 2 kids. Maybe, hopefully, if people still are interested, doing more movies and tours. And I mean, I really like artists that have long careers that are able to spend time with their family, bring them on the road, tour around the world, and balance, just have a nice balanced life. I'm sure by that time if I'm married with children, they will be my first priority. And then the movies and the music, whatever happens, will happen.
Okay, you remember in Destiny's Child how the two of you used to be like three mermaids? It was with the sequins and the long skirts and the tight boots and what have you. But over the years, I noticed that you've metamorphosized into a real elegant woman.
Thank you.
Your clothes are more classy, more more divinely cut. And I noticed you hardly ever wear necklaces, but you wear loads of earrings. Your makeup and your hairstyles is a bit more mature.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, over the years, whether like your music has changed and your lyrics have changed, maybe your sense of style has also changed to a certain extent. Do you actually have any other designers that you really favor? And if so, can you mention some of them for us?
Yes, I definitely have grown as far as my style.
Yeah.
Especially after I turned 21.
Okay.
I think, usually when you're 18, 19, you're going through crazy phases with your hair and your makeup.
Because of the ages.
Yeah, you're still trying to find yourself. The unfortunate thing is I was a celebrity, so
Yeah.
I have those bad hairstyles documented.
I remember the twin curls.
I've had every hairstyle and I've never been afraid to experiment. And I
Yeah.
think, that's a part of
Yeah,
growth.
that's part of growing up, yeah.
But
true.
definitely I've matured, and even my stage persona and my stage clothes are completely different from the things that I wear every day. But I love all types of designers. My favorite probably just because I feel like they cut for a woman that has a normal body.
Yeah, bootylicious.
Roberto Cavalli.
Yeah, he's good.
Alexander McQueen.
Do you wear Valentino as well?
Oh, I love Valentino.
Yeah, because I've seen
Very
you in a few
elegant.
of them. Yes.
Very elegant. So many people.
Yeah,
I'll go
that's
on
good.
and
What
on.
about House of Diron?
Every time I have on jeans, they're House of Darion. They just fit really well, and that was one thing I was adamant about. I sent back the jeans at least 30 times.
Why?
I wanted to make sure they fit right.
Okay.
And usually if you have wider hips, it's hard for you to find something
Yeah,
that
true.
still fits your waist. And that was something I said, we got to make sure they fit.
That
They
is
fit.
fit. Yes. Yeah.
Making sure that you can have this couture fit and not have to pay $3,000 for a dress. And it's all about 3 generations of style. It's named Darion because my grandmother's name, her maiden name was Darion.
Was she also into style as well? Was she? Did
She was
sew
a
as well?
seamstress,
Okay.
and my great grandmother was a seamstress.
Oh, so it's a family thing.
My
then.
mother,
Sewing.
and she sews for me. I don't sew. I mean, I actually can
That's why
put
you
darts.
do
I
love
could take
music.
up something.
Yeah.
But I don't have time.
Okay. But even when you were younger, did you rustle things up?
Oh,
Like
definitely. I took
rip this apart and then
ripped
stitch it together?
every fabric. I stoned everything. I spray painted everything. My
Okay.
mom was like, "Stay out of my closet." My sister and I did the same thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
we all share love of fashion.
Oh, okay. So it's an inherent thing in your family then?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a typical day in the life of Beyonce?
Well, usually it depends if I'm working or if I'm off. If I'm off, which is rare, I do nothing. I stay at home. I watch TV. I order room service if I'm in a hotel, and I just stay in the bed and sleep. And I don't put on any nice clothes. I stay in my pajamas, and I might not even take a shower. I might just stay in the bed. But if I'm working, then I'm usually up really early doing interviews, meeting a lot of fans, taking pictures, sound checks, performances.
Do you actually miss the feeling of anonymity you used to have before you became Beyonce?
Yes.
Do you miss going to the mall and going to buy fish and chips and going to watch films with your friends and stuff
Yes.
like that?
Yes.
How do you compensate for that? How do you now spend time with your loved ones?
I do spend time with my loved ones all the time. My family travels with me, and I'm fortunate because when I'm away from home, I bring home with me.
Okay.
The time that it really gets to me the most is when I'm with my family eating, and people come.
And ask for
And ask for
autographs.
autographs.
And then paparazzi all over the place.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes. But, I was in London and I wanted to go shopping, and I completely forgot. I just forgot,
That
because the
you were
place
Beyonce
I
for a
wanted to
minute.
go.
Oh my God.
The
What
place I wanted to
happened?
go was so many people there, and it was Saturday. And I went at 8 o'clock. The store closed at 9. I'm like, okay, it'll be fine. I'm just go and pick up a couple things. And it was thousands of people in the store, and they were all following me. I couldn't even go to the next
But
rack.
didn't you do the cloak and dagger thing, long coats and sunglasses?
They know. It just draws more attention to you. But I still went shopping. So I just gotta fight through it.
You're a really beautiful woman.
Thank you.
Take it from one woman to another.
Thank you.
You know, and I just feel that most men would love to have you as their wives.
Oh, thanks.
But have you thought about it? I mean, have you thought about marriage anytime in the near future?
You know, that happens when it happens. I'm not in a rush. I believe a woman should have a sense of who she is, and there's certain things we all want to do, and I think you should do that before you get married, because I feel like, you know, especially for me, my personality is all or nothing, and when I become married, that my man will be my priority over my career, and when I'm ready for that, then I'll get married. But right now, I still have money to make, and you know, I
so
still have
not
things
anytime
to see.
soon. There's still
It'll happen
loads
when it
to do.
happens. Yeah.
Okay. We're really glad to have spoken with you.
Thank you.
My features editor, Nike, and myself. And I know that your coming to Nigeria made such a huge impact in the whole nation, the nation as a whole. And it also put Nigeria in a very positive light because, you know, we had the privilege of honoring you amongst Jay-Z and so many other artists. But do you think anytime in the near future you have any plans to come to Nigeria again?
I would love to come to Africa. I'm not sure exactly what part of Africa, because there's still parts of Africa I haven't seen. But absolutely once a year. I feel like I have to. And everyone in Nigeria has no idea what they did for me. They've done so much for me and gave me so much hope and made me feel like I have a purpose. And I'm just grateful because it was such a beautiful, life-changing spiritual experience for me.
When you were in Nigeria, you visited Link a Child, where you met children from motherless babies' home. And I know that you made such a huge impact in their lives. How did that feel, seeing these children and seeing the joy that you put on their faces?
It was unbelievable. I walked in and I see all these beautiful children from 2, 3 years old to teenagers. And they did choreography to Destiny's Child songs.
Yes, I remember
It
that.
was so beautiful. And the talent they had, just natural talent. Never had dance class, just natural, gifted children. It just made me feel, first of all, I know people probably won't believe this, but I had no idea that people even knew who Destiny's Child was in Nigeria. I didn't even know they knew my songs. I was nervous about performing. Like, are they gonna know? They knew everything.
Yes.
They could do the choreography better than I can do the choreography. And just they kept holding me, and it was just such a beautiful experience.
It must have been exhilarating.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you surprised at how much, how wide your fan base sort of expands and how much we love and know of Beyonce's music and Destiny's Child? How did you find the response in Nigeria towards your music?
It was shocking. It really was. And like I said, I perform, and sometimes you perform every night and everything kind of seems like one day, and you forget, why am I doing this? What am I doing? And then you meet certain people and you go certain places and they remind you why you are who you are, and they give you purpose. And I'm so lucky to have my job and to be able to travel to amazing places like Nigeria. And like I said, they made it such an impact on me, not even knowing it.
What message do you have for your fans,
in Nigeria?
I'd like to thank them for all of the support they've given me, and Kelly and Michelle, Destiny's Child. And I'd like to tell everyone that I love them, stay strong, you're beautiful, and I can't wait to come back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks.
you.